fix the date because people be like, I'm confused. Don't want you people to be confused, which probably confused myself as well if you saw August 20th because I do tomorrow's levels today, so I have to put in August 21st. And because I forgot the show the other day, I only added, well, I didn't forget it. I mean, I literally had no time to do it. I remembered to do it, but I had no time to do it. That's how life is for me right now. Certain things that I have to do, people don't realize I have to hire an effing sitter for like half the things I want to do. I don't want to do that. I don't want to hire a babysitter to do everything. It's just simple overwhelm. That's what it is. A simple overwhelming of duties to perform. And I don't mind hiring the sitter. The problem is, though, a lot of the sitters are, they're in high demand now, obviously, because of this whole corona crisis and people like, well, I'm able to go back to work now, but my kids aren't in school, so what do I do? Normally, I would pick them up from school. Now what do I do? My husband works, my wife works, my boyfriend works. Maybe maybe you don't have either of them, and you're taking care. You're a single parent, and then what do you do? I mean, life is hard. I feel for you guys, and you have traders, you have single parents in this room, you have married people, you have people who have loved ones to take care of from humans and non-humans, whether they're pets, dogs, cats, and other species of creature, and you have families to take for. Some people are taking care of extended families as well, and it's that's why I get it. I get it. All right, brace yourself, Mark. All right, Mark, Join the room at the last open house and absolutely love it. I'm getting more familiar with your strategies and believe I'm turning the corner of being a consistent trader. I opened the Street Smart Edge account with your layout and it has made a huge difference. I was stubborn. Good. You're able to self-recognize faults when it comes to even human traits and or trader traits. That's one of the key things to growing. Thought I could trade with Thinkorswim just as fast and I was wrong. Can you explain your entries and exits on Tesla today? Sure. Do me a favor. Honey, can you take off my schedule for the next 7 hours? We're gonna go over every trade for you right now. Every single one. We're not gonna leave any of them out. Okay? All right. Let's do it. No, I'll sleep tomorrow. Ready for this? Excuse me. I forgot where I traded Trust Tesla today, but let's go over every trade that I would normally do in Tesla. Here is the one and done in Tesla, even though it gapped down. You put in a big green bar. I would have tried going long here through 1876.64, even though it would have been sloppy. With all the moving averages above for a one and done long, I would have ignored that. I did ignore it and didn't take it. That's one strategy I would have done, which I didn't. And then what I noticed here on the 5 minute today after was Tesla was just sloppy. It was sloppy. Looked like this. It looked like a bull flag. And then I realized something interesting right over here. I started talking about it here. The interesting thing, oh my God, my head's in the way. I'm sorry. My apologies. I noticed something interesting here. This is a 5 minute at Tesla. I'm like, you know what? 1900 is a key $100 level. It missed it by $1.40 right over here. And it's digesting on a bull flag. But what is the special thing about this bull flag that made me think long here when I called it out under 1900? Anyone want to tell me before I tell you? Nope. 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 Yes. Cliff. Cliff is winner. Robert's winner. No more. Hmm. Let's see what I use. The exponential 8, simple 200, pivot points, which doesn't mean much, exponential 21, VWAP, exponential 55, and exponential 100, and it's trading above all those levels. So many people were shocked. Did I expect Tesla to run to 2000? Yes. Did I think it would do it the way it did it? At first, no. I thought it would give you a nice trade, like 1915, 1920, and then do whatever it wants. And apparently, whatever it wants was shoot, even higher. Fine. So I called a long here above 1898.60. It popped here. I sold everything. I was like, whoo, that was nice and fun because it was a move to the $100 level, which is $1,900, and that's what I was looking to do there. So after this happened, you could see the volume. It's a chart reset. If you can't see the volume, that it is. If you don't know what a chart reset is, please watch my expletive videos. I don't want to go into what a chart reset. That's why I do the videos. Because I want to answer your questions, but I don't want to give you a quick answer. I want to give you a complete, detailed dialogue, and I don't want to even charge you for it. I don't want to answer you. Did you buy my education yet? Did you buy my education yet? You should buy my education. Do you want me to talk to you like that? Because I have no desire to talk to you like that. I don't want to sell you effing anything. Okay? Cool? Awesome. Now that we're on the same team. So after it broke out here on the 5-minute chart and started climbing up, I'm like, okay, now it's a chart reset right over here, pretty much. You have to know it's a chart reset right over here by 11 o'clock a.m. at the close of this candle up here. You already know it's a chart reset. Now you just say, okay, well, there's a Mark 5 here above 1970. That worked. You could even switch it over to the 1 minute after the chart reset. That's actually one of the key things to do because if a chart resets on the 5, it always charts reset on the every smaller time frame, sometimes even usually higher time frames. So it starts shooting up here through 1900. Look at this, Mark 1 through 1930.90. Caught this. I think I sold it here at like 1935. This 1 minute candle here went to 1943. And then it kept climbing and climbing. And what did I say? People, oh my God, I should have held away. Everybody turns in, not everybody, but some traders turn into I don't know, make fun of yourself for me, please. Because like that's what you turn into over there. You're like, oh my God, I was buying it under 1900, now it's at 1940, and then you know what you do? I'll tell you what you do. I'll tell you the first thing you effed up on. You know what you did? You went and you looked at the calls that you were originally trading when it was at 1900, seeing how high they were, and you were sitting there fantasizing, if I sat there and I held the position I had, and I see where Tesla's trading right now, I would be up that much money. And that's what you think. And that's how your brain is working. You want to know how my brain works? I'm already telling you how your thinking process is effing up. All right? I'm even telling you how your entire thinking process is screwed up. So you know what I was saying over here? I was saying, you know what? I was saying, you know what? Screw it, I'll wait for the next one. I think I was trading $1,900 calls. Let me see. I'm a baller like that. Let me see. Yeah, I was trading $1,900 calls when it was under 1900. I didn't give an F. I wasn't going to take a full loss on them. I wasn't going to maximize my gains either. I was going to scalp them. I didn't care. So instead of looking at the $1,900 calls and where they were trading at, which a lot of people, how many people were looking at the same contract they scalped initially, looking at it, thinking how much money they would be up had they held their original position? Be honest, Kevin S. I like that name. Is that Nice. I I appreciate that, Kevin. Thank you. Make me order shawarma. It's kind of messed up, bro. Anyway, so instead of just looking and fantasizing of where my P&L would be, I didn't care. I just said, what did I say to you guys? Calm down. We're going to do it again. Calm down. We're going to do it again. Isn't that what I told you? Didn't I tell you to calm down? It's like, mm-hmm. And what did I tell you? And what did I say? And that's, and I was like, we're going to get it again. Calm the F down. Oh my God, all this like, people were having conniptions all over the room. As if somebody made you ruler of the universe, He-Man, and the Masters of the Universe. Like, as if somebody made you ruler of the universe and decided how high Tesla was allowed to go after you sold it. Who gives an F? You think you give an F because you allow yourself to give an F. If you simply did not give a crap, like I did, well, how do I maximize my trade in the future? I need to understand that. That's what you sound like when you think. Instead of all that BS, just catch it again. And I tell you guys that all the time. I'm like, what did I say? Like, we're going to catch it again. So what happens next? 1 minute chart, right through 1930, 90, bang. Sell out again at 1935-ish, 4-ish, 6-ish, wherever it was. It's moving like stupid. Stock goes to 1952. If I held it 2 minutes longer, my P&L would have exploded. But I didn't, nor would I in the future. So instead of thinking, how do I hold better in the future? Why don't you just say, I can buy it when it makes sense again? Because I'll tell you what happens if you are holding it and you're up a few points and you're like, I'm up a few points right now. And then the stock drops $7 real quick. It's Tesla. It's a very likely thing. You would have been like, oh my God, I got killed. Nothing is worth that. Nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Am I here to ensure that you want to be a trader for the next 20 years, or are you trying to retire next week? You tell me. I'm choosing the former. So right here we have a Mark 1 strategy. Beautiful setup, go long. Pops up, sell, make money. Hits the exponential 8 right over here for the first time. Hits the exponential 8 right here for the first time on the 1 minute after the chart reset. Here's the chart reset. It missed the exponential 8 here by $1.08. I don't know if you could see it. It actually obviously did not hit there. Right over here, as now you can see a little clearer how it missed by a little. Clearly hits it right here, right? So what do I say at that point? I'm giving you such a stupid early heads up. So I'm sitting there, just so we're clear. Like I'm sitting there, and I'm sitting there looking to go long Tesla. 1 second. 1 second. So I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here, and I'm just ready to go, long Tesla. So while this is happening here, after it hits the exponential 8, I know the next breakout of the 1 minute is going to be my money shot. So I know the top here is 1951. I'm looking at 1951, but where am I looking for at 19? I look at the chart real quick. I notice it's 1951. You have the benefit of hearing my voice at this exact moment. My eyes are right over here. My eyes are right over here, right on the level two, right over there. My eyes, my eyes are right over here on the level two, right over here. And if I need to buy, I'm not going to do common stock. I'll do options, more than one, but whatever. I'm not here to use this demonstration to scare you. I'm just here to tell you what you could do. So right over here, my finger's on the buy, but my eyeballs are right over here. My finger is over here. My mouse clicker is over here. I could depress the button there. You see it where it says buy to open? See that? My finger is there. It's ready on buy to open with the finger depressed. If I let go of the button right now, I am throwing a market order into Tesla 2050 calls. Granted, at the time I was watching different strike price, whatever, but that's not the point. I was watching the 2000 calls, but theory's the same. I'm sitting there ready to buy. And it doesn't really matter, even if you were ready to buy the 2050 calls, really they would have worked. So my eyes are over here looking to see if Tesla could break 1951 because of this. This is the high here is 1951. It hits the exponential 8 for the first time. You realize how powerful a chart reset strategy is? I basically gave you a way to apply my methodologies consistently later in the day. You know how valuable that is? You know how hard that was to figure out? You know how long that took me to figure out that strategy? You know how much I charged you for that strategy? Can you guys take advantage of what you get for free? That's all I'm asking, really. 98% of you are stuck with me for a year or whatever. All right? So it breaks 1951. As soon as that happens, I let go of this button. And by breaking 1951, I'm looking over here. Notice at the, not the bid side. I don't give an F about this column right now. Only care about this column. And as I see it going to 1951, I go ahead and I buy. Then you know what happens immediately? What happens immediately after I buy? P&L's like, and I'm sitting there like, I'm not even looking at my P&L, by the way. I don't look at my P&L. Who knows what I look at next? What do I look at next after I buy? Not the chat in your dreams. Limit sell? No, that's not. I don't look at a limit sell. T3 loves you buying it month to month, Liam. They do not want you to change that. I would go for the year. My ripped arm muscle. Imagine. So what yeah, at the mirror. I don't want to scare myself, Mickey. I just bought Tesla. You think I want to scare myself half to death? Goodness, you guys. No. Yes, Eric. Where on the level two of the right? Eric knows it. Level two of the option. So right after I buy the stock, I'm looking pretty much both here, but a lot of my focus is at this top bid right here of where this is. And what I do is I'll switch my eyes back here. And as long as this offer is going up, I'm generally cool. I see that offer starting to not look so, it could tick down a little, but not too much. It ticks down to a point that I'm not comfortable with. I release the sell to close with a market order and I'm out. Hope you guys found that valuable. How I just explained that. Literally sharing with you where my eyeballs are on my screen as I'm executing these things with my mic on, talking through the process, of course, which is, trying to guide you. All right, so it pops up here and it goes to 1973, and I believe I was out of my position on either probably this candle right here right away. Then I wait and I'm waiting for the stupid 21, and the 21 comes in here. And I have a little bit of low conviction because it started falling hard, so I buy right here through 1983.11, and again my P&L explodes and I sell. Except this time, after I sell, you just grind. And then you break up here to 1997. And I thought right over here, like, oh my God, we're definitely testing like 2000. That's what I thought. Then it just sort of grinded more. There was another, there was a, was there, wasn't there a 5 minute no you eliminate? So here's a 5 minute that hit at 11, between 1150 and 1155. So you could do the no you eliminate on the 5 minute. Hit right over here. So I went long, yeah, through 1983.11 right here. Caught that big green bar. That's what I'm doing. So going back to your email, that is in depth how I do my entries and exits. My main concern is at the entries. Do you market in with the widespread on Tesla? Yes. Do you limit in at the offer or mid price? No. I try to follow you on the entries but never get filled. I get filled every time because I market. I use limit orders and try to get filled at the mid price. Good luck. Price blows right past my entry. Welcome to Tesla. I don't want to mark it in on a stock like Tesla because it will fill me above the offer because you use a shitty platform. If I mark it out quickly, I will get filled at the bid or lower with your shitty platform. I believe you. Generally not with Schwab. Generally not with Schwab. I've been getting price in. I've been getting price improvement. Have you guys been getting price improvement all day with Tesla? I think I got like a couple bad prices, but for the most part, I got price improvement like every time. Almost every time. So, considering you didn't mark it, you're using prior experience with it. So maybe you would have gotten a bad price, but as a generalization, that doesn't happen. I've watched your video on entries and exits. I don't have a problem with stocks that have tight spreads. Those are the most comfortable with. Again, Tesla's not a name. Thank you again for the time and effort you give us. You're very welcome. Um, Again, I'm thinking I'm not sure of your experience with those bad fills. Um, I'm not sure about that, but it's just not true for the masses who are using Schwab. Hi, Mark. Great to be a member of a great group. Thank you. I traded Square today and found it very difficult. Seems to be heavily manipulated as to the options. Yeah, the options in Square were hard, as I said early. Would very much like to hear your opinion. Thanks. I agree with you. I feel it's almost easier to trade Tesla options than Square. As crazy as that sounds, they'll move more crazy in Tesla. Sure, but I find it, yeah, I agree with you. I found Square very hard to trade today. I mean, you had to get like a really big move in order for them to work. And I didn't make that much in Square. And the one and done, I made a little, but hi, Mark. So I agree with you. My sleep bracelet arrived today. Congratulations. I'm looking forward to using it tonight. I usually sleep pretty well, but every little bit helps. Agreed. I'm hoping it works for me. People, you have to understand the sleep bracelet actually gives you better sleep. It's not just about falling asleep, waking up groggy. It's about trying to feel as good as possible when you wake up, like refreshed. Don't underestimate like good REM sleep with bad, bad detox sleep. Sending this email because I'm feeling a little down and hoping you have some words of wisdom based on your 21 years experience. My goal this trading week was to have 5 green days in a row. This is, as I always say, such a huge mistake. Do not set a goal of having a green day. Do not set a goal of having a red day. Do not set a goal of making a certain amount of money every day. The only goal that you should ever have is to trade intelligently every day. If you trade intelligently for the most part, As best as you can, you should be proud of your day regardless of your P&L. I know it's better to focus on trading intelligently, but I do like to make money as well. They're both entwined. There is no You're trading intelligently means you're trading setups in which you know you can make money when based on prior paper trade practice or prior live practice. And trading intelligently means you make money. It's not like the only way I make money is when I trade stupidly. Then no, I mean that they're entwined as one. So you can't say, but I do like to make money as well, because now you're saying I know it's better to. You're basically the way I'm interpreting that is I know I should be only looking to trade intelligently, but come on, screw that. I like to make money as well. And the only way I'm going to do that is if I break off trading intelligently. That's not true. You have to understand it's a process. Once you master the process, making money is. I, I'm I, I I don't like saying the words, but it's not. I'll just put it this way. I'll paraphrase it. It's not that difficult. Getting to the point where you understand what you do, executing on what you do, that's the difficult part. Knowing what's intelligent for you. And that's what you have to learn. And that's really your journey. Your journey is not trading the market. Your journey is figuring out how to trade the market. Imagine I said, the journey for a lion isn't that he likes to digest gazelle meat in his stomach. The journey for the lion is how to approach the gazelle and get the gazelle. Once he does that, he'll be able to eat it and have that meat in his stomach. Now, switch out meat in the stomach with making money, and switch out hunting the gazelle with trading intelligently and figuring out what you're good at, and they both land hand in hand. Just because you want something like money, obviously, this is why we do this job, doesn't mean that that's where your eyes should always just be. Your eyes should be on the trade. You do something correctly, you manage it correctly, you'll get the results you want. I have found in my 21 years and with my lovely title of Director of Trading Psychology here, I found in my 21 years of trading that that is the only goal that you should ever have, and I've gotten it wrong up until recently. You should never, part of a trade should never involve how much money you need, how to pay your bills, and that's what everyone does. Everyone, they focus on something. Look at all the stupid trading ads out there. Guy coming out of a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, on a private jet, a guy talking to you, trying to hit on points like everyone knows that trading is an art. Everybody knows that you have to have, I'll show you this one secret strategy which helps me make, and then I'll flash numbers in front of your face. Or here's my P&L of the day. Oh my God, that person knows what they're talking about. Believe me, right now, I could be that trader, and I could be that trader right now if I wanted. And I could just flash a P&L, tie that number into a training product. T3 would make a lot more money. So would I, if we were to do that. I wouldn't need to run any of these sessions. I would just literally put my P&L, tie it to an educational course or two or three, and just let that run. And I could run that game. I've done it before. I've done it before. What it does is, instead of focusing on you as an individual, and I just need to explain to you the importance of it here, just so you understand. Like, I want to open you up to everything. I want you to be open up to what you have to do, what's going through my head, how we communicate, so you understand the intentions and the purpose here. This is very important. It's much easier for me to sign up 3 people for a year by flashing them a big number and selling them education than it is to take one of you and turn you into a consistently profitable trader. It's easier for me to sign up 10, 20 people right now and have them just all leave after the first year, like all of them, maybe one stays, pretty much all of them leave, than to take one of you, focus on you, and turn you into a consistently profitable trader. That is much harder. So please understand, when I'm coming to you, and I'm reading it, I'm also psychoanalyzing you. You have the wrong psychology here, my friend. This sentence, and it's good that you're writing this to me because I could already see your flaws. And the good thing about your flaws is I've had these flaws before and I fixed them so I know how to correct them. You understand? You understand? I was really focused on risk management and only taking setups I was comfortable with. I was up $828 coming in today and was feeling great. Today was going pretty well and I was slightly green until the Facebook debacle. That was completely random. Completely random headline. It wasn't because it was a bad technical read. It wasn't because it was a bad call. It was just 100% random, a recirculated article that the Federal Trade Commission talked with Mark Zuckerberg. And then the market reacted. I had 10 of the August 28, 270 calls when Facebook dropped like a stone. I was caught a little off guard, and by the time I sold, I lost over 800 bucks. Fluke. Fluke, fluke, fluke. I thought, wow, well, if the news is that bad, I should buy some Facebook puts. I'm sure this is a form of doubling down and goes against your risk management tips. Not really. Depends when you bought the puts. So you can give me the look of shame on Ask Mark tonight. No, I thought that's right, as long as you just didn't do it after you maximized your loss on the calls. Right on cue, Facebook started to climb and I lost another $200 on puts. I don't think that's a bad trade right here, depending on when you entered. So within a matter of minutes, my P&L went from green to down over $1,000. Then I looked at Facebook towards the market close and regretting all the losses. What a kick to the gut. Yeah, exactly. Looking at what happened, just like looking at Tesla go up without you. Kick to the gut indeed. Kick to the gut indeed. I know I should have sold my original calls faster, not hopped right into puts, but I've never experienced this before, and I think it was like I was like a deer in headlights. I didn't know what to do. Then I looked at Facebook climb back up and can't help but have the psychologically toxic thought that I should have held. No, you shouldn't have. You didn't know how far it'd go down. Uh-uh. And I'll explain to you why. When you're trading a Facebook, when you're trading, you know, a Facebook here, and it's um, oh, we bought it here, and it looks like it's going up, and everything looks good, and you're trading Facebook, and on the 5-minute chart, Facebook looks like this, and it's going up, and everything looks beautiful, and then this happens. Okay, and then that happens, and that's it. Because that 5-minute red bar wasn't supposed to happen. And as soon as something happens that shouldn't happen, that's what happens. And I believe I called as Facebook was bottoming that it should bounce now that the news is out. Did you guys hear me say that? When Facebook fell? You did. Okay. Well, I mean, if some people heard it and some people didn't, it was said. I didn't say, it was a great long idea there, but I said it was probably going to bounce there. So once you get this after a climb up, a pattern like this, and then it just bounces back up like this, that's a fluke, man. Don't beat yourself up over that. I'm all messed up and worried it's going to impact my trading going forward. It won't because I'm explaining to you you did nothing wrong. I'm not looking for a pity party, but we would really like to hear a play-by-play of what you would have done. Get the F out when you see that big red bar. Would you held on to the calls? No. Seeing Facebook climb back up really messed up my mind. I know my P&L doesn't sound like much, but I'm new to day trading. Worked really hard for those gains, and now I feel like it was a big waste of time. I know there was an element of bad luck, but that doesn't take away the sting. It actually should. Over here. No, you still have the red P&L and you're still mad over it, but would you feel better if I told you that it was an absolute fluke? And flukes do happen in trading. The Zuckerberg news was not your fault. Trust me. The Zuckerberg news was not your fault. You're a good trader. It happened randomly. Facebook managed to throw me out, and I actually sold. Oh, excuse me. I apologize for that. I'm not yawning at you. I'm just yawning at my day. I haven't had one moment to relax. Actually, it's kind of funny. The first moment I get to relax is when I go to sleep at night. Like that's exactly Maui. I'm sure you and everyone else have experienced bad beats before, so I really appreciate your input on how you've overcome this in the past. Well, like, look, like this sentence over here, um, there's a difference between trading stupidly and losing money. That really stings and hurts. And there's a difference when there's an absolute fluke. Take my 21 years of this, and believe me if you wish that what happened in Facebook does not happen very often. Will happen again and does not happen very often. Thanks for all your feedback and all you do. Have a great night. Have a great night. You're going to feel better, sir. I know you don't like losing the money that you worked for. And look, I respect that. I respect what you went through and everything, but trust me, it's a fluke. Mark and Room, it's been about a month since I wrote in. I was one of the many that thought I was speed and performance tuned and knew my poo just needed to find that edge to put it all together. You're a turd trading? Are you like Mr. Hanky from South Park? Anyway, until you showed me the light, here is what I have changed so far. Wired network, no more Wi-Fi, amazing difference on latency. Smart move, well played. Move to Street Smart Edge, layout crushes anything I've ever been able to do in E-Trade. TDA, TOS platforms. True game changer, but still dependent on TOS for charting. That's all right. Good change. Moved to headphones. Started with just one earbud, but now two, and I definitely catch more calls than I used to with speakers even cranked up. He's saying, get your headset. You won't annoy people around you, and it's easier to hear the calls. Great heads up. Dedicated laptop for execution sitting on SSE in the name field, so no other work gets in the way. Turn, symbol, fire. Sometimes too quick, but only the fourth day open. Awesome. Great work. I still need better headphones, a better mouse, better trade logging, but it's a work in progress. Excuse me. Just wanted to update you on that part of my situation. I also have been doing the tilt exercises, and my mental game is way better and decreased FOMO. Not all gone, but getting better. That's how you get rid of FOMO completely, by just slowly decreasing it. It doesn't go away right away. It's like it's like working out. It's not like you work out for a week and you look like He-Man. It's a process. Keep it up. Still lost my temper a little on these big losses, but was able to refocus pretty well, I think. Just ran out of time in the day, turn it back. What do you think? It's never about earning it back. You're either trading intelligently or you're not, whether you're up or down. The real reason I'm writing today is I just had two back-to-back nasty days. The analysis for yesterday is simple. I traded great with one exception. I wanted to marry Facebook at the bell, and it turned ugly on me. Held most of the day, about 3 hours, 11 to 2, and gave up all my gains times 3. But what's done is done, and on to the next trade. Having reflected on that, I knew to cut trades quicker today, stop the hopium crap, but today just seemed to whip me around with bigger and bigger swings up and down. From green to red, green to red. Started off bumpy, taking it on Intel and Square early. But it's okay, lots of time. The day just started. Small win on target, then nailed Tesla back to back and was flying high. Having a great day now and recovered yesterday's loss. Then lost a few rounds with Tesla and Uber, made a lull on Amazon. Now it's mid-afternoon and should have stopped in general, only working on one or two contracts, so can't scale back any. And then I got sucked in, like the music at a nightclub. One more again. Never heard that song. One more time, you mean? By Daft Punk. One more time. All right, anyway, and that was it. Flush. 2:21 p.m. spike down. Arrow pointing at me. Gone in only 12 minutes and was down as much as I was up almost. Marketed out and hit the lowest print on the option at the lowest point in the stock anywhere near that time. I figured out watching the P&L on the position screen was showing daily P&L versus just P&L when you trade the same thing a few times a day. Played with my head a little, and I gave up way too much late in the day. Wham, 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 back in the red. Thought I was holding a small win that was trailing off, but it was red from the start and should have cut it 30 seconds or less. I have attached my trades to roll callouts. I labeled them as I recall them. Might need to do this midday as well. Still trying to learn SSE and get those beautiful P&L reports that most send in. Thank you for any analysis and guidance. Hmm. So that one Tesla trade nailed you today. Scalp call. Um, you opened it up at 307. Oh, the one that was supposed to break 2015.99 and it went to 2020 and then drop. Okay. I don't understand how you could have lost 5 points on that contract. Oh, I see. You bought it at 307, you exited at 321. So just so we're clear, you bought it right over here on this candle and you literally sold it on this candle near the bottom. Yeah, you held it too long, bro. You held that trade for 13 minutes and about 13 minutes and 27 seconds when you should have been holding that trade for less than 27 seconds. That would be my advice. Cut those losers short if you're willing to trade. I think you're going to be fine. Second email from the same person. Hi, Mark. I wrote this on Tuesday the 18th, but too late to get into Nights. Ask Mark. This year started with such promise. I was up $3,000 in January, $7,300 in February, $7,800 in March. But since then, I have nothing but problems. I was down $3,700 in April, $600 in May, $3,000 in July. Now down almost $2,000 for August. The only positive month I've had since March was $908 in June, and that was only thanks to a $3,200 gain on Tesla on my last trade of the month. Before that, I was in the red the whole month. And gentleman is showing his P&L, which obviously is a bull flag digestive pattern. So this is the gentleman's P&L from the beginning of the year. He's up money, but he's scared because he was all the way up here to around looks like $43,000 to $44,000, and now he basically dropped 10. So he's a little bit worried. He's doing well overall, but what happened to the streak is what he's, I'm assuming, thinking. These are my results year to date. With today's loss, I have erased all trading profits back to February 27. I'm down about 13,000 from my high balance in early April. Today I had a horrible day. 6 losing trades totaling $2,040. 2 of them were in Tesla, amounting to over $1,450. But I've also made more money in Tesla than in any other stock over the course of the year, so it's not as simple as don't trade Tesla. I know you want to know what changed in my trading. So do I, but I really don't know why the complexion of my trading has changed so much since March. I know the market changed a lot around the same time that my trading fell apart, but I don't know for sure that's the reason. I'm not sure what you can do for me, but I needed to at least share this to get it out. I'm suffering and toxic over this. I seem to have horrible luck and I definitely hold losers too long at times. A few things that come to mind. I used to make more money with Know Your Limit by throwing out a low limit price rather than when we started doing the 1 minute breakout. I have trouble trusting news trades and have a very hard time just jumping in. I only recently became aware that you take almost all the news trades that you mention. I think my record on news trades is pretty poor, but I don't trade most of them. I'm very frustrated that I can't be like all the traders who somehow hold a position for hours or days or weeks. I'm not frustrated, but yeah, there are people who do that. I don't. It takes so many tiny gains to make up for these big losses. It makes me want to hold longer, but then I end up taking more big losses. I get toxic from things I don't understand, like the 100% ideas, mystery setups, and from people like Kathy who seem to make so much money but don't explain how. People are using different forms of technical analysis. Not everybody's going to teach you everything they're looking at before taking a trade. That's one of the art forms of following someone. Somebody like me, 100% ideas, I already explained it, that they're based on technicals from other people in which I respect in the industry. They're ideas that are brought for me from other people in the industry. I ignore most of the ideas brought for me from other people in the industry, but sometimes I don't. And I'm looking at a chart and finding out a little of what I like in it and trying to rely on their conviction of what they like on it, putting one and one together and turning it into a 100% idea. It's a generalization. Sometimes, a lot of times, they're my ideas. Sometimes they're not. I am spread so thin by all these things going on in my life. Trading is only one of the three things I do during the day. I'm not in a position to reduce any of it, so I just have to deal with it, but I'm sure it does not help. I do have both a wellness and a sleep bracelet, though I did forget to wear the wellness bracelet today. Yikes. Never forget. Hashtag. I am able to find lots of evidence throughout my life that I don't have much good luck. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. It's not something I'm happy about or committed to, but it's not hard for me to rationally conclude that I'm not a lucky person. I think that you create your own luck, to be honest. Other than the people who win the lottery, I think there's something to that, actually, believe it or not. For example, I don't want to get too spiritual, but I don't believe you're that unlucky. For example, 50-50 events do not often go my way. Really? Give me an example. I know that sounds like negativity, but I think it's more like an honest observation after gathering a whole lot of data. Really? You mean if so, prove it to me right now. This is what I want you. I would love to be lucky. Thanks and God bless. Here's the second email from the same person. One more thing I'll add, which is very, very psychological. I have this thought in my mind that I'm more comfortable at some level when I'm losing money. Of course, that's not a conscious belief, but I'm starting to think that there's some part of me that feels more familiar with losing than winning, with being frustrated rather than triumphant, with being a victim rather than the victor. I don't want this to be the case. I don't know what to do about it, yet I've been thinking lately that this might truly be the subconscious programming of my head. That is probably true. I'm now down 27.50 on the month, and it's hard not to believe that all these reversals from being up money to down money have got to be related to some kind of self sabotage in my head. Okay. All right. All right. Gonna share with you a link. going to reply in an email, and this is what I'm sharing with the gentleman. Um, First, I want you to buy this. Go purchase that. It's $15 on Amazon Prime. If whatever reason that's an issue, just send me your address and I'll have that delivered as a gift to your house. T3 might have your address, but I don't. Try going through that every day. Positive affirmations will change your mind. I'll tell you a fact about yourself. Since you're anonymous, it doesn't matter. I obviously know this individual, and I'll tell you, you are an individual who has done nothing but lose, 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 lose this year. I promise you this. I remember there was a time when I spoke to you. I mean, we spoke a few times on the phone, but there was a time when I spoke to you and I asked you if you were to make $100 a day, would you be happy? And you told me yes. Now, look, I get it. I get it from, January to August, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. You were already like 8 months in. And 8 months in, 20 trading days, 160 trading days, that's $16,000 approximately, right? And looking at this, looking at this chart, you're not there, but I am looking at a trader who has massively improved from where you were last year and the year before and the year before. You have massively, massively improved. And that is going to be a lot of your successes. Now, you mentioned that on the Know Your Limit. You mentioned on the Know Your Limit that you were uncomfortable with the new 1 minute thing. I don't care what version of the Know, I don't care what you do in your trading if you're doing something successful. What I think you need to do, and I know it's going to be tough, but please take my word from it from somebody who really cares about your success genuinely and would be willing to hold your hand throughout this process to help you, is just literally, I believe you're outside PDT. I can't legally tell you to buy or sell any security. What I would do if I were me is I would just literally change your settings to one share and just trade one share of everything, but record your strategy down. I don't want you to paper trade. I want you to do one share. I can't legally tell you to do that, so just keep that in mind. But I want you to trade one share of every single strategy. And I want you to do those affirmation cards, which I sent to you. Don't be shy. I know it's not expensive. I know you could probably afford it. Let me buy it for you if you'd like, but I need you to just send me a text message with your address, and I'll make sure it arrives at your house within whenever Amazon can get it to your house. 2 days. Read those affirmations and trade one share every single day. After you do that, after you do that, um, after you do that, I want you to sit there and record for a week every single strategy that you've done with one share. Do every strategy your heart desires, but do it with one share. After you do that with one share, with every single strategy that you desire, mark it down on a piece of paper. You're not doing this to make or lose money. You're doing this to have live money on the line and to build your confidence with positive affirmations behind it to lift you back up to where you need to be. So your P&L over here could be a bull flag continuation pattern. I want to see this to be a bull flag continuation pattern. I want to buy I want to buy I want to buy $45,000 calls in this chart. I want to buy $45,000 calls out of the money on this chart. The only way I would do it is if the CEO of this chart were to read those positive affirmation cards, and if the CEO of this chart were to do the one share thing I'm talking about, find out what you do best in this current evolved environment. Yes, the market has evolved massively since April. I don't have to, I mean, if you didn't know that, you do know that. Figure out what you do well now, and I want you to just push forward with it. I will do everything and anything I can to help this bull flag continuation pattern go in the right direction. I am giving you the answer for what I feel will make this bull flag continuation pattern go in this direction. And as frustrated and as hurt as you are, I will tell you I'm looking at a trader who has grown 1,000-fold from where you were in 2019. I know that doesn't make you feel better to drop from the high of your account like that. Nobody likes when bull flags digest, but we're going to figure out what works best for you. I'm going to start drawing like I could look at this thing right here. I could start giving you like algo support levels. I kid you not. Like I kid you not. Like if you were to give me the chance, I'll find like levels. I'll find like levels where this chart can like bounce like right over here. I'll be like, okay, like let's see. We have look at that. Oh my God, you ran right into support. I would buy you long today. I'd turn bullish on you today. Look at that chart. Look at that. Look at that, bro. See that? What does that look like to you? What does that look like to you guys? Anyone? What does that look like to you? A bull flag with what kind of wedge? A bullish wedge, right? A falling bullish wedge, right? A falling descending wedge, same thing, right? You just hit algorithmic support, bro. Trust me, I'm good at drawing trend lines. You just hit an algo support, bro. I would turn bullish on you right now. Like, this is where I go long you. The real question is, are you going to go with me on that journey? I think you're going to be fine. Hello, Mark. Today has got to be my worst day ever. Oh boy. Did you agree to keep dating that chick that you're with? Yesterday I made $814. I was so proud of myself with the way I traded. I sized down, took the quick dollars, avoided low conviction ideas, did not care about making four figures yesterday, just did not want to give up a solid P&L on such a hard day. Today I was down 300 in the morning, quickly realized it would be another one of those days, so adopted the same mentality from yesterday, but midday everything changed. Tesla started running and I was taking piker size on golden opportunity. So was I. So was I. Trading sub 10 contracts at Tesla, you could easily make five figures on a day like today. I'm serious. It's like crazy. Um, but midday, all right, you're right. Midday, everything did change. I agree because I didn't. Right. So we adjust and we adapt. Thanks, Alexandra. By the way, gentleman who wrote the last email for the affirmation cards, that's Alexandra approved. Then I tilted at 11:10. I did a Tesla Know Your Limit 8 post chart reset. It's going to take three contracts, but really wanted a bank after piking. That's already. So already, what are you doing? You're using a prior trade as a sizing reasoning for the next trade. So I grabbed 5 contracts and whipped me out, sold 4 for a loss. I believed the trade was still a good idea, but I did not like how heavy I was, so I clipped some out. Then, as it started breaking back out, I added one more, sold 2 contracts at a large profit. At this point, I was up $1,700. But I was upset with myself because I should have kept the position and taken 3 contracts. Oh, an F up leads to an F up leads to an F up leads to an F up. Who would have thought that? It's like rolling the snowball down the hill, and it keeps getting larger and larger and then larger down the snowy mountain. I had not gone heavier in the Amazon and other Tesla trades, and my scared don't give it back mentality was keeping me away. What do you mean scared? Here, here. Let me help you. I'm not sure you understand what's happening here. My phenomenally intelligent don't give it back mentality was keeping away from trading the way I should have been trading. The big P&L and L and the fear of giving back was a mental block that kept me from taking good trades with the right size. Bro, if I spoke to you one effing month ago, just one effing month ago, and I told you you were up $1,700 for the day, you would have defecated in your chair, bought a new chair, and smiled. Like, now you make 1,700 bucks and you're already saying how badly you effed up. I'm just giving you perspective. Just giving you perspective. My confidence for size came in too late. You know, you weren't supposed to ever size up. The conviction had dropped, but the FOMO was present. I lost everything trying to make dollars in Tesla. 2000 breakout, tried it 3 times. Yeah, the one trade that I said you should tear down on was very hard and was very high risk, high reward. You went for it. And then I was negative. You know what? Maybe that was my. I probably shouldn't have even talked about that trade. I did talk about that trade a lot. I did tell you guys what it was. Maybe I shouldn't have. I don't know. Maybe that's sort of my fault as well. I went to take a nap and I did not want to wake up because I only had 12K in BP left, so no point in wasting my time trying to come back on 12 grand in BP when I just used up 150K doing dumb BS. Just want to sleep, forget about it. But this is that one day that I just can't get over. Don't understand what happened to me today. I was taking light size, making dollars. Then I let my big P&L scare me from taking the size. A big P&L, you should want to hold on to that. You have a big P&L, hold on to it. It's not like, what are you in the effing casino? I never understand those people. Who here has ever been in a casino and there's a dealer card game called Let It Ride. Anybody ever hear of that game before in the casino? I never played it, but I've seen it. And it's called Let It Ride. And it's that's the gambling mentality. That's the gambling mentality. So part of you did not want to become a gambler, but you felt you let your big P&L scare you from going to this next level. Do you realize what $1,700 a day is? Do you realize what that is? You realize what that is? I'm going to tell you. You ready? $408,000 a year, if I did my math correctly. $408,000 a year. Mid six figures. Mid six figures. For somebody of your age, and everybody knows you're Boof right now, I'm not going to say Boof's name, but you're 21 years old, bro. You're 21. You're an effing Mac Daddy making 1,700 a day. You are the man making 1,700 a day. Are you crazy, bro? Oh my goodness, do you have potential? Oh my goodness, do you have potential to be a phenomenal trader in 10 years? And by phenomenal, I mean like beyond what you're doing now, which people would kill to be able to, people in this room would kill to be able to do this. You are the same Boof who was giving up money, losing and losing and losing, looking for help, this, bleeding, toxic, bleeding, this. Now you're making 1700, and we're talking a month ago. I'm not talking 10 years ago. I'm not. Remember when you were a kid? I knew you when you were a kid. No, last month. I should have been taking, and after that, I started considering my normal size, but started losing because higher conviction trades already happened. I just feel like a total turd today. I can't believe I gave back 2 grand. I also lost 2,000 on Tesla today, but I made more of it back later. That's a lot of dollars. I could have just walked away or sized down heavily. Exactly. The only thing positive about this is if I get my Melnick time frame and think positive about it now, because typically every time I lose has always been a stepping stone to better trades and higher P&Ls. Exactly, because you need to use this as a lesson, which is why I'm talking to you like this. If I didn't talk to you like this, it wouldn't be a lesson for you, because next time you're up $800 or $1,700 or three or five or $1,200, you're gonna say, remember what Mark Melnick said about this 400,000 a year? Yeah, what the f? I'm only a 21-year-old pisher. Screw it. I'm gonna just keep on. I'm just gonna keep the money and say I'm gonna move on with life, and I'm gonna tear down. And I don't need to be these. I don't have to be cojones grandes over here. I could just be, el modesto bandito, and just do your thing. That's why it's a stepping stone, because of the way I answer you. I'm not answering you this to be nice or to be helpful or to be mean or to be contrary or to be gracious or to be beautiful. I'm just doing this because I want you to learn from this experience. That's why I talk to you in the way I do. If I didn't care about your success, I wouldn't talk to you the way I do. I'd say, it's all right, man. You're still doing well. You'll do better next time. I guess what I'm asking you, is can you please help me turn this into a positive experience and help me bounce back harder than ever? That's exact. No, no need to even ask, bro. No need to even ask. El gusto es mío. All right? No need to even ask. All right? Nie za što. All right? I know I was so toxic in chat too. Good thing I didn't read it. I'm sorry. Today was definitely my worst trading day ever. I'm really sorry that for you too. I have lost I've lost more dollars in the past, but it's not just about the dollars today. Psychologically, the worst trading day. Traded like a POS. Even though I was up 1700, I was still much more proud of my yesterday's $800 gain. I have some of the trades attached to it. It just looks crazy. I didn't even bother with them. Please tell me if I'm in the wrong though. I should go over them like I always do. Always go over them like you always do. So to summarize, what I think happened to me today, I had psychologically fortified myself from going Rambo with your help in the morning. Midday, the whole market changed and I did not adapt to it. I almost did not want Tesla to keep running because I had prepared myself to make a good sub four figure day. So if Tesla started running and having all these amazing setups, then I could not justify my performance. Mentally, it was hard to switch from all of a sudden from defensive to aggressive. Pretty much if I treated today like I treated Tuesday, I would be up 5 figures just based on sizing and taking quick dollars on 80% of the positions. Of course, still up on the week. If I'd taken the dollars today, this would have been my best week ever. Thanks again for your help, Mark. Hope yesterday's cancellation of Ask Mark wasn't due to anything negative going on. All right. We got a couple of screenshots here. All right. All right. So you lost $244 from 1700. Definitely does not feel good. I'm with you there. You lost money on Tesla in the morning. So you're actually trading Tesla like stupid early, like in the morning. Weird. And the one and done like sort of worked if you went long on the third candle, right? Square you made, nobody you lost. Da, 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 da. Kept going, making money on Zoom, Square, Nvidia, Apple. Caught a little bit of the hot box. Tesla, J&J, GM, Tesla, I see. I see 1245 to 1 on Tesla. Right as I was playing with the $2,000 level, the hardest part of the day. Yeah. The only thing I don't like about these trades are your size. I wouldn't mind right here when I'm like, this is the highest risk, highest reward, high risk, high reward situation. Tier accordingly. When I say that, I'm thinking like all of these should have been one, but obviously they weren't. I mean, you were taking like three, four, or five contract, whatever it is. What is this a total of? I could sit here and I could do the math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 12, like 12, 13 contracts. I don't know where you're taking four or five at a time, or five, five, and three, whatever it is. I think you tiered too high there. I don't think you necessarily traded bad today. Other than that, other than this right here, this is the hard part. And not even because you took these trades, that the fact that all these sizes weren't one, you are afraid that Tesla would have ran up through 2000 without you. That's a logical fear, and I'm sure many people um, had that fear. Somebody talking about how to break out through self-sabotage. Somebody sent me something. He said, don't mean to be a glib. From a member. I'm going to tweet that. Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So, some of these S marks were very long. I'm only going to have time to do one more tonight, and I'm going to have to make up the prior day's S marks. I'm not going to lose them. I already added it to the list. Okay. So I only have time for one more, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Mark. How are you? Last month, when I started prop trading, I did about 4,200 in profits, even though I did some stupid trades with over 5,000 in losses. I'm having the worst month so far. I'm down 2,900, including commissions, around 330 for the day with commissions. I pay an average about 661 per $1,000, including all fees. You're getting effing ripped in shreds with your commission rate. Horrible. Horrible. That's a commission rate that's designed to ensure you fail, just so we're clear. I'm not saying it's impossible to succeed, but my goodness, is that rough. Try to get half of that taken off. Yesterday alone, I lost around $1,500 without commissions. Yesterday, I lost 1,500 without commissions. I don't know what to do here. My wife is not working since we got a 4 and a year-and-a-half boys to take care of. I got a 5 and year-and-a-half boy to take care of. Believe me, I feel you. Sold my business so I can pursue my dream of being a day trader. There's no way I could have traded at all if I were to stay in my business since I drove a semi truck. So either I was going to be a trader or a truck driver. I'm not trying to get rich overnight, just trying to make enough to pay my bills. I don't chase stocks, no FOMO. I can wait all day for something. I still don't understand what is going on. Today I was in Blink, Uber. They were kind of sitting there only to see those pop right after I sold. Same thing happened with Apple. Please advise. Last 2 days attached. Mm, Target one and done. Uh-huh. And because you're trading stocks, you obviously didn't trade the Tesla. That was maybe making you psychologically toxic. I don't think you traded poorly today. I don't think you traded poorly today, actually. Um, I do not think you traded poorly today in terms of, but I am going to highlight the target one and done. Why? That's the trade I don't like the most here. Seriously, why? You went long target. You said it was a one and done strategy. You went long target at 931.02. You pretty much went long target right at the opening of this 1 minute candle here today. Right over here as this candle opened up. That's not a one and done. That's not a one and done. That's doing whatever you want, which is, I don't even know what this is. It wasn't even a front run. It was just a random open. I mean, it's going up. It's right over here. You buy it and then it rips up a little. I get that. You bought it like as this candle opened and you misclassified it as a one and done. Ironically, your day started off. Oh, sorry. Never mind. That's August 19th. I'm a fool. I was looking at today. I retract that statement. I apologize. Let's go look to August 19th. Uh-huh. I see. So it opens up at 147.89. Pops through 148.73. You obviously were trying to limit out and you didn't have a market order ready, so it wasn't really a bad trade. And you ended up losing. If you just marketed out early, you would have been fine. I remember that trade was really quick. I see. I do think you lost a little too much on that, though. I don't like that trade still. I was incorrect with looking at August 1. I was like, why would you do that in Target today? I didn't understand. I remember that the earnings names have much lower conviction. I always say that. You did a one and done on Intel today. You made 130. I like that. Mark one on Square. Okay. And then 130. Then you lost on BLIN and DKNG. You know what I realized? Your short trades are the ones that you're having a hard time. Same here. Like 470, like you lost, for example, 470 plus 90, so you lost $380 going short yesterday. Today, for example, negative 120, you lost $93 going short. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but I think a lot of the toxicity is coming in through here. I don't think they were necessarily bad trades. I just almost think that you shouldn't be shorting. Also, I believe that you really front ran that target really hard. And I think that sort of set your pace for yesterday and maybe even into today because it was a big loss. You lost 2 points. You lost, $1,045 on 500 shares. I think your commission rates are too high. Please go to your prop trader and I don't know, basically say you're gonna freeze your money and go to T3 unless they give you a better rate. Threaten them. Threaten them to leave and go to T3. So you got a better deal at T3 and you'll move your license. They don't cut your commissions in half. And you could tell them to go have relations with themselves as well if they say no. And play hardball. They're charging you way too much for every 1,000 shares. Okay. So, and switch to Schwab, yeah. But he's prop, so he can't. Schwab has no prop. I wish he did have enough money for his own account. Do you? With that being said, you said you sold your business. I'm not counting your money. I know it takes more money to trade, and I know you're trying to pay your bills. I respect where you're at, but yeah, I'll tweet him out. I hope you guys enjoyed this Newsbeat live. Ask Mark. Happy trading, make money, and I'll see you tomorrow morning on the Newsbeat.